Chances are, if you started having knee pain, you went to see the doctor. When you went to see the doctor, they ordered an x-ray which showed arthritis in your knee. And if you're over 60 years old, chances are good that they told you you needed a total knee replacement. The funny thing is that if you're under 60 years old, they probably told you that you needed an injection. Now, you may say that that's based on your x-ray. However, I'm here to tell you today it's based on your age. You see, total joint replacements usually last about 20 years, which means most doctors don't like to do a total joint replacement until you're over the age of 60 because they're worried about it wearing out. And if you are really active and desire to remain active, that total joint may not even last 20 years. And while the procedure is difficult the first time, it's definitely not something you want to have to go through again. However, many people don't know this because it's their first time experiencing this knee pain, so they just went to the doctor and they just got the x-ray. And the doctor may have told them that it was really bad, they had severe arthritis. And so what can you do about that, other than get that total joint replacement like the doctor's recommending? Today we're going to talk about what those x-rays are actually showing and if you do indeed need a total joint replacement. There are some people I would recommend get a total knee replacement, so we'll be discussing those cases at the end. A lot of people get really scared when they hear that they have arthritis, particularly in their knees or their hips. They're shown a really scary x-ray, the doctor says there's no more joint space. The only option for them is a total knee or total hip replacement. I get it. When you're in that office and you don't have any experience with any of this, you just started having this knee pain, you went to the doctor and they told you that this is what you needed to do, well, of course they're telling you the truth. And from their perspective, they are, because the doctor has seen the x-ray and says, oh, there's arthritis, surgery helps with arthritis, and therefore you need to have surgery. It's just the lens that they see the world through. However, as a specialist physical therapist, I see the world through another lens. I see the world through the lens of the hundreds of patients that I have helped avoid total knee replacement. Let me tell you about one of my favorites. So we had this awesome patient, I'll call her Sarah, and she came to us after she had fallen while hiking and she had landed on both of her knees. Ow, can you imagine how painful? Ouch. And she had not been able to get back to walking and hiking. So of course she waited a couple weeks after a fall, right? You know, you got to let your body heal. And she understood that before she went to the doctor. The doctor took an x-ray, said there was severe arthritis and that she needed a total knee replacement. But luckily, Sarah thought to herself, wait a second, arthritis doesn't just come on overnight, and I was hiking prior to this totally pain-free. So Sarah said, there's got to be another option. She came in and she sat down and talked to me and told me her story and really wanted to avoid knee surgery because she was afraid of the side effects and how that might impede her progress and walking and hiking that she wants to do in her retirement. After we sat down, we had a super great discussion. She actually decided to go to a traditional physical therapy clinic because she believed that all physical therapists were the same. Well, at that traditional physical therapy clinic, they gave her a ton of exercises to do that actually made her pain worse and made her start considering the surgery because here she was doing the thing to try to prevent the surgery and it was making things worse, which is super logical. So we called and said, hey, listen, how about if you come in here, let's do the evaluation and let's at least see what's going on, how your body's moving, and see if we could help you avoid surgery. It was kind of the Hail Mary last-ditch attempt that she was willing to try before she went to sign up for surgery because she was convinced that that's what was going to have to happen. And boy, am I so glad she did, because once we did the evaluation, it was really clear to see how her body was not moving correctly, which was putting increased stress on her knees and aggravating the arthritis. Because friends, I admit I cannot cure arthritis. Arthritis is an abnormal bony formation, and I can't do anything to change what has already happened. But what I can do is help rewrite your future. And I remember after the evaluation, it was the third visit after the evaluation, and Sarah was laying on the table and I was working on her knee, and she started crying and saying, why didn't I just do this sooner? Because after 3 visits, she was able to be pain-free for a short period of time. Pain-free in a way that she hadn't been pain-free in over a year at that point. Now, after 3 visits, she wasn't able to maintain pain-free for a long period of time, but once she completed her treatment, she was able to maintain pain-free. She could walk up and down hills, she could walk on the beach, she could walk around her neighborhood, and she could return to hiking, which that was her whole goal in the first place. Now, a lot of people question how we can get these different results than most other physical therapy clinics. And I would say that that's because of the lens that I see the world through. And that lens is very clearly defined by every tissue in your body is designed to heal itself as long as it's moving correctly. You see, arthritis is an abnormal bony formation. We're not meant to have arthritis in our body, although probably 100% of us do have arthritis somewhere in our body. It's the body's response to an abnormal force. It says, hey, there's something going on here, and the only thing I know how to do is to lay down more bone. Which I admit it's not helpful, but it's what the body believes will be helpful. So then the question becomes, why did the body do that in the first place? Why does the body feel the need to lay down this extra bone? Because once we solve that problem, then we can keep the body from forming any more abnormal bony growths. Now, Sarah's story is pretty remarkable, but I can tell you that there's hundreds of other patients who are just like her, who we have helped to avoid knee surgery and get back to doing the things that make their life worth living. Depending on how far along they are, depends on how long it takes. Because it really is about getting to that root cause and not just trying to put a Band-Aid on the pain. Because even if it were possible to just put a Band-Aid on knee arthritis pain, I can guarantee you it definitely wouldn't last. And as soon as that pain came back, of course you would be considering the fact that you want to have knee surgery because you're tired of dealing with this pain. So I get why so many people are willing to get a total knee replacement because they are tired of dealing with the pain and they're told that this will eliminate their pain. And part of that is true. You see, it's important to understand that with a total knee replacement, it will deal with the arthritis pain that's in the knee, but it will not deal with all the muscles, ligaments, and tendons around it. In fact, it will make all of those things worse because, of course, you just had surgery, so they just cut in there, so it caused trauma, which is going to cause scar formation. Now, I don't do post-surgical rehab in my clinic anymore, but I used to do it back in the day. And I saw a lot of problems with patients who went in to have a total joint replacement only to come out of it with less motion and potentially even more pain. The reason why is that, as it turns out, they do have arthritis in their knee. However, their pain generator was actually somewhere else. Most likely in a muscle, ligament, or tendon, which means that structure got cut through during surgery. Then there was a ton of inflammation around it afterwards, right? That's just your body's natural healing response. And then you had scar tissue laid down on top of it because that's your body trying to heal that area. So although the joint has been fixed, patients may find themselves with a decreased range of motion and decreased strength and increased pain after having the surgery, because the pain generator wasn't actually the joint itself. Now, another group of people that I see is patients who have decreased motion, strength, and increased pain after surgery because their body just didn't heal correctly. There can be a variety of reasons for this. Often the surgeon will say, well, your body just heals quickly, and they may even offer to do a manipulation under anesthesia. Now, if you've been offered that, let me explain what manipulation under anesthesia is, because it's not a really pretty process. It's actually a little like gut-wrenching. If you ever see it, it's really, whew, it just makes you kind of, ugh. So what they do is they put you out so you're not awake. You're laying on your stomach, and they take your knee and they bend it so that your foot touches your bottom. It is accompanied by a sickening sound, as all of the soft tissue structures are torn. This will help to increase your range of motion initially. However, now they just tore up a whole bunch of structures that had scar tissue anyway, ligaments, tendons, and muscles, and now you caused more trauma to that area that didn't heal right in the first place. So you had the previous trauma of the knee arthritis, then you have the knee trauma of the first surgery, then you have the knee trauma of the manipulation under anesthesia. In my clinical experience, if a patient has a manipulation under anesthesia, they are not going to get their full range of motion back. So how do you know if you might be someone who does end up needing a manipulation under anesthesia? Chances are good that you want to look at what is your range of motion and strength before you have surgery. Because you see, if you go into the surgery with good range of motion, it may be painful, I understand that, but you have full range of motion and you have pretty good strength overall, then chances are good that you will come out of surgery pretty well. I mean, yes, you're gonna have to do the rehabilitation, you're gonna have to do all the exercises and things like that. And that's actually why I don't treat total knee replacements anymore, because you see the surgeon creates a protocol because they don't want the PTs to mess up their surgery. And you have to do these specific things in this specific order on this specific timeline. And frankly, I just don't find it that interesting. I'm more of a root cause type of person. I like to get to the root cause of the problem and deal with that. Now, what I will help patients with is if they've had surgery, they may have even had a manipulation under anesthesia, they're not healing correctly. These are usually people who are about a year or two out from surgery who are desperate to find another answer. Finish their traditional physical therapy. Some of them say they've failed their traditional physical therapy and they're looking for other options. That's when I can step in and actually help to remodel the scar tissue, improve range of motion, which will then help them to be able to increase their strength. Now, if you feel like this video has been helpful so far, just wait because we're going to discuss next who I would recommend total knee replacement for. But before that, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you know someone who's considering total knee replacement, please share this with them so that they can be more informed on the decision that they're making. Okay, so Dr. Amy, do you ever recommend a total knee replacement? And I will say, yes, there are some cases when patients do actually need a total knee replacement, and that is usually when they have stopped moving due to knee pain. If you find yourself using a walker or a wheelchair because your knee pain is just too great, then yes, I do think it's better to get the knee replacement and go through the rehab to be able to walk and improve your quality of life. The other group of people that may benefit from a knee replacement surgery is people who have structural abnormalities, and they've usually had this since birth. So I had a patient come in one time, and he was extraordinarily bow-legged. He had been since birth, and there was no way we were going to change that since he was in his 40s at that point. So this changed our goal of therapy. Our goal was to keep him as pain-free as possible for as long as possible, because of course he was in his 40s, they didn't want to do a total knee replacement. But I wasn't going to be able to change his bow-legged posture. So it was a matter of teaching his body how to do the things that he wanted to do without further injuring that area. It was actually a really fun case because he was actually a pretty high-level athlete and he wanted to continue being really active. But obviously pain management is a real thing and making sure that he could continue on with all the things he wanted to do. And that's more my wheelhouse and the people that I really enjoy treating because it's a different situation and it's a bit of a challenge. And we have to go back to all the basic anatomy and biomechanics and figure out how his are different than normal, because the truth of the matter is we're all a little bit off normal, all while meeting his high expectations and goals for his personal level of fitness. Now, if you're hearing this and you're a physical therapist licensed in the state of Washington, and you're thinking, yes, this is someone who speaks my language, who thinks like I do, I would love to talk to you. Please send your resume and a cover letter to Dr. Amy, that's DRAMY, at pt4eb.com to start that conversation today.